Welcome to Ælementz, your daily dose of quick insights to strengthen your knowledge. Today, we're talking about the hippocampus, a fascinating part of the brain that plays a key role in memory, learning, and even navigating your way through life. What is the hippocampus? The hippocampus is a small, seahorse-shaped structure located deep inside the brain's temporal lobes. You have two hippocampi, one on each side of your brain. It's essential for forming and organizing memories, both short-term and long-term. It also helps us find our way around, creating mental maps of places. Think of it as your brain's memory manager, organizing, storing, and recalling important information. For example, when you remember the route to your favorite coffee shop, that's your hippocampus in action. Without it, simple tasks like recalling what you had for breakfast or where you left your keys would be much harder. Beyond memory, the hippocampus also connects emotions to experiences, such as the warm feeling you get when you think of a loved one. What is the history of the hippocampus? The importance of the hippocampus wasn't fully understood until the 1950s, thanks to the case of a patient known as HM. HM had part of his hippocampus removed to treat severe epilepsy. While the surgery reduced his seizures, it left him unable to form new long-term memories. For example, he could meet someone new, have a full conversation, and then forget that it ever happened just minutes later. This discovery revealed the hippocampus's critical role in memory formation. Further research showed that the hippocampus is involved in more than memory. For instance, in the 1970s, scientists discovered its role in spatial navigation through studies on rodents. When rats explored a maze, specific cells in their hippocampus, now called place cells, became active, helping them create mental maps of the maze. Today, research into the hippocampus helps us understand conditions like Alzheimer's disease and PTSD, which often affect memory and emotional processing. Why is the hippocampus so important? The hippocampus is vital because it allows us to form, store, and retrieve memories. Without it, daily life would be disorganized and confusing. Imagine trying to hold a conversation but forgetting what the other person just said. That's what life is like for someone with hippocampal damage. Beyond memory, the hippocampus is involved in connecting emotions to experiences. For instance, if you've ever smelled a specific perfume and instantly felt nostalgic for a childhood memory, that's the hippocampus at work. In navigation, it's like having an internal GPS. For example, London taxi drivers, who memorized the complex streets of the city, were found to have larger hippocampi than average. This suggests that the hippocampus grows with practice and use. What happens when the hippocampus is damaged? Damage to the hippocampus can cause amnesia or difficulty forming new memories. For example, people with Alzheimer's disease often struggle with remembering recent events because the disease attacks the hippocampus first. Similarly, those with severe PTSD may experience flashbacks because their hippocampus struggles to properly process traumatic memories. Real-life examples include athletes who've suffered traumatic brain injuries and find it hard to remember events after their accident. Even stress can harm the hippocampus over time, shrinking its size and affecting its function. This is why chronic stress is linked to memory problems. Can you improve your hippocampus's health? Yes, you can. Regular exercise such as brisk walking or cycling has been shown to increase the size of the hippocampus, even in older adults. A healthy diet rich in antioxidants like blueberries and green vegetables helps protect the hippocampus from damage. Mentally stimulating activities like solving puzzles or learning a new skill also keep it active. For example, a study found that older adults who played strategy-based games such as chess showed improved memory and hippocampal function compared to those who didn't. Mindfulness and meditation can also help reduce stress, protecting the hippocampus from harmful cortisol. Does the hippocampus grow or does it shrink with age? The hippocampus is one of the few parts of the brain that can grow new neurons throughout life, a process called neurogenesis. This means it can adapt and improve with the right activities. For example, learning a new language can stimulate neurogenesis and boost hippocampal function. However, it can also shrink with age or under chronic stress. By maintaining a healthy lifestyle, staying active and mentally engaged, you can slow down this decline. Interesting facts about the hippocampus. Fact number 1. Stress can shrink it. Chronic stress causes your body to release too much cortisol, which can damage the hippocampus over time. This is why prolonged stress often leads to forgetfulness and trouble concentrating. For example, students who experience high exam stress may find it harder to recall what they've studied. Fact number 2. It helps you imagine the future. The hippocampus isn't just about remembering the past, it's also crucial for imagining and planning the future. For example, when you picture yourself going on holiday and plan what to pack, your hippocampus is helping you predict and prepare for future events. Fact number 3. Named after a seahorse. The word hippocampus comes from the Greek words for horse, hippos, and sea monster, campos, because of its seahorse-like shape. Interestingly, the actual seahorse, the animal, is also scientifically named hippocampus. The hippocampus is one of the most fascinating parts of the brain, doing far more than most of us realize. What do you think about its role in memory, learning, and emotions? Have you ever had a moment when a smell or song triggered a vivid memory? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for being here. If you find this helpful, consider subscribing. More content is on the way, and I hope to see you again.